Okay, so in this video, I'm going to show you how to set up the PaperSpace side of things, okay? So let's say you've created your 3D and you've got your 2D over there, okay? First step you want to do is take it back to the top view style, and then you also want to make sure that you turn off the visual style of shaded with edges and turn it back to 2D. So this is what will occur. All right, now we're going to go to PaperSpace. Everything should be set up, and I'm just going to use MV, enter, and I'm going to put this in the view layer. I'm going to double click in here, and I'm going to set my scale, which should be a 1:1, and I'm going to pan that object, and this is actually, I'm sorry, I meant a 1:2, okay? And so as I'm setting it up, I'm trying to make sure that I leave enough room for my 3D object, okay? And you can do this either way. You can use the grips and slide this over so that you can just place the other viewport that we're going to use for the 3D object here, or you can have it entirely how I did. It's up to you, okay? Because we're going to turn it off, so it's not going to be visual anyways, okay? So in this step, what we're going to do is make a viewport, MV, right? We're going to make a viewport like this. We can put that in the view layer. We're going to double click, and we're going to go to the 3D, okay, image, because that's, or the 3D solid, where we want to put that there. So you're going to use -V, SE. I'm going to change my visual style back to shaded with edges. I'm going to take my object and I'm just going to move it a little bit away from my drawing so that it's easier for me to work with it. I'm also going to put my solid in my solid layer because all of you should have a solid layer already. And then I'm going to adjust the scale to 1:2, okay? Once I have it where I've got it like in the middle of my square, I can double click in the gray space to make the viewport inactive. And then I can adjust the size of my viewport for that. Okay, so that's what I'm doing. I'm using the grips. Once it turns red, you can adjust it. Okay, so once I have this, how I want it, I'm going to use the move command, and I'm going to move it into my PaperSpace. Now, the reason I'm moving my cursor like up and down and you see that it's not moving is because I want to show you that if you turn ortho off, which is F8, then you can freely move it up and down and around and place it where you would like your 3D object, which I'm going to put mine's there, okay? At this point, you can go ahead and turn off the view layer, and now your PaperSpace is set up. Now, of course, you want to go ahead and make sure you change your name and the date and scale factor and all that good stuff. But at this point, you are good to go. All right, hope this helps.